darken the game, and then I'll go.
That's fantastic. Playing Dying Light 2 right now. Oh man.
What's that about?
It's like a zombie game, but it's a parkour zombie game. So the main mechanism is parkour, and you're just flying from rooftop to rooftop, and jumping and sliding, and it's pretty awesome.
What's The Last of Us about? Is that a
Zombie.
I was gonna say so. It sounds like something like that.
I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want to ruin the story for Trinity because she's going to play it for Christmas. But it's an amazing story. Like it's so well written and acted.
Yeah, I play FIFA.
You played FIFA?
Yeah.
No.
And sometimes I mix it up with actually I don't know.
Rocket League.
I'll play Rocket League only if my friends fully drag me into Rocket League because I genuinely am just a moving cone.
Rocket League is hard.
It's so
I
Some of
suck.
the
I
characters are
suck
hard.
at it.
It's so hard.
And then to play with people who are good at it makes you feel even just shittier.
And my friends are unbelievable. And so I'm like, what am I here for? I'll miss open goals all the time. I'll miss the ball at least 50% of the time. It's just like, dude, why
Oh yeah, don't put me on goal.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, I told you about my soccer experience. I think Rocket League is actually worse than my actual soccer.
What was it? What did he have to tell us last week?
Oh no.
I don't.
Just so we get it off. Just so we get it.
Just so we waste like a good 15 minutes
Yeah.
to start.
I'm
Let's see if
really
it's on.
racking my brain.
It might not be on YouTube either because it's probably in the video section.
What was the
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
what was the general
I don't remember.
theme of the conversation?
Sydney's gonna love. Sydney won't be here today, so she'll love this.
Okay.
Sydney, if you remember, send us an email. What was I supposed to tell people? Well, while you're doing that, I'll write the next homework assignment on the board. Oh, I don't. No, this is like the last homework, and then we'll have. Well, wait. Let's see. Maybe I should think about this. So let's see. So we have 3 classes after today.
Really?
Yeah.
So we have
Yes, we have next Monday.
next Monday and then
the week
Monday,
after.
Wednesday. Oh, wow. That's finals.
Also,
Wow.
I'm probably not gonna be here next Monday.
Could we do online on Monday?
I don't care.
But
I'll
you,
be
you
here.
do care because like when we talked about online, you were like, I hate online
Yeah,
classes.
right. I don't. I prefer not. But if she's not here, if you want, that's fine.
Oh well, we don't have to. It's cool. I'll think about it. I was thinking you
I
might be
prefer
able to.
not, but I don't.
Okay,
it's
then
not
let's
that
not.
big.
Then we
It's not
shan't.
that big of a deal.
Then we shan't. I mean, we only have 3 more meetings. I'm happy to come be here with you. So
Yeah, I'll be around because I
Okay.
go to the gym at dark.
you're not going to school at all on Monday.
I fly back from LA that morning, so I don't know what time I get in.
It's all good. No worries.
I don't have any excuse to not come. I live.
Nor
in the
do I.
I live in
really.
the Springs, so I just drive home and I can come back whenever.
Yeah,
I feel
you
like.
got.
I have no excuse.
You got a couple hours. Yeah. Okay, so we have 3 more classes, and then I'm gonna give like a take-home final. So, because I'm not meeting at 8 a.m. on Wednesday, like our final schedules. I don't think. I mean, you're cool with that probably, but I'm.
Oh yeah. I'll be.
I don't even want to have an in-class final, right? For this class, no.
We can just come and talk about random stuff.
I mean, I'll have like office hours and stuff on Monday and Tuesday. We could.
Waste time.
I don't want to get up at 8 and come here and talk about.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'd rather do that at like a better time on Monday or Tuesday.
That's just a Kyle thing.
Yeah.
I'll break early. Let's talk about absolute nonsense for.
Maybe you'll remember what I was.
I don't think I will. If I didn't remember on Monday, there's no chance I'll remember.
All right. So let's see. So we've got Monday of Thanksgiving week, and then we got Monday, Wednesday, and then our finals on the next Wednesday. That's not much.
So homework. For
Let's
next
just do a
week.
smaller. Let's just do a really small one. Little nibbles, just to keep your like mind on the stuff. I think that's the important thing, right? That
Yeah.
you're like not taking a week off of thinking about algebra. That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible to me, anyway. All right, so let's just do. This is homework last. Homework last. Well, we're going to talk about some. So it's chapter 8. There's a couple things. So I think just let's do 8, 12, and then we'll just do 2 from each chapter. And then chapter 9, let me see, I gotta edit this down because I have 3 here. And I don't think we're gonna do all 3. Chapter 9, let's see what we got here. 623. Yeah, that's okay, 23 and 25. We're gonna kind of be cruising at a higher altitude just for the rest of the semester because I really want to get to chapter 10. That we kind of need to get through, at least according to Cybert. So I don't want to be harassed by him if we don't get to chapter 10. So, alrighty, friends. So, so the current homework. How did do you have it done, or did I say it was Friday or
Yeah, you said
something?
Friday.
Okay,
I still have to touch it up.
all right, let's keep that. Friday sounds great. Let's do Friday though, because you'll be gone on Monday.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's fine. I just have, this week's been very big. I have a final presentation tomorrow.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I have a therm exam I have to take tomorrow too.
Thermo?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I have a pretty big homework for numerical computation method.
Have you started it?
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
Where you at? What are you doing in there right now?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
Gauss.
I just do the homework.
Oh,
It's
Gauss
really-
Seidel. No, not
No,
Gauss.
it's, we're long
How's
past it.
that?
What is it?
It's the
Quadrature.
integrals.
We're
It's
on
the
quadrature,
yeah, quadrature. Oh, that Gauss method is freaking amazing.
I'm doing part C right now, and I'm using the integral calculator, and it's not giving me anything. It's saying the steps are, so I don't know if I'm setting it up wrong, but it looks like I'm setting it up right, and then it
What are you
shows.
using as your balance? I just put in a really, really big number. This is called Sminfinity.
Clicking 9 a lot of times.
No, but there should be nodes for the negative. You need to transform the domain probably to like a finite domain. So like when you have an infinite domain, you first, yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. Because I think those are from -1 to 1, right? The normal Gaussian nodes are between -1 and 1, or are they 0 to 1?
It's -1.
It's -1 to 1. So what you need to do first is transform the real line into this interval. And the way to do that would be, there's a couple ways to do that. So like arctan is pretty good for doing that. That's probably the best. So for example, so normal arctan goes, I love numerical methods, so I know I'm all over this stuff. Normal arctan goes like this, so you just have to scale it by 2 over pi. So 2 over pi arctan of x maps the real line into -1, 1.
Interesting.
And that's what I'm pretty sure you need to do.
Yeah, so the part of it that's really throwing me for a loop is some integrals will calculate, and then other ones are like, nah, I just don't feel like it.
Yeah, like there was one for like art, I don't know, for lesson and integral in the beginning.
Like
You put in the
This-
infinity, and it's like, I can't do this.
that'll calculate, that one doesn't come out, and then this one doesn't come out, but that one will come out. Like I don't.
When you say come out, what do you mean?
Like it'll,
The interval
Symbol Lab will
calculator
give me
will-
an answer.
Oh,
will
got
spit
it.
out an answer.
That's weird, because that totally converges, so.
Yeah, that's why I've just been putting in really, really big numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might
instead
try.
of-
So, yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, try that
Yeah.
first. I think that's.
It's a more sound way to do it.
Yes,
But,
yes.
I gotta get enough grade.
Physicist.
That's exactly what physicists do.
Is it?
We say infinity's about a billion. It's fine.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's an engineering mindset.
We
for sure.
cut corners so bad. So bad.
You nutty physicists.
That's just the engineering part of it, isn't it? It's like estimating. It's like, that's good enough.
Oh yeah. You've heard the joke about the physicist, the mathematician, and the engineer trying to find the volume of a ball. You heard this joke?
I'm sure once you get to the punchline.
I'll just tell it.
Right.
It's not. You're not gonna laugh, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, that's better laugh than you'll get out of the joke. So a physicist, mathematician, and an engineer sitting around having some beers, and one of them has a ball and says, "How would you find the volume of this?" And so the physicist says, "Well, I'd put it into my beer and measure the displacement of the beer, and using that I could compute the volume." The mathematician says, "Well, what is the radius? I'm just going to use 4/3 pi r cubed."
Yeah.
And the engineer says, "Well, I'll just look it up in my red rubber ball table." That was better than I hoped. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. Alrighty, we got a couple things to do, and I wanted to talk about a couple results and then work a problem or two together. I think this will be maybe the most sound way to get these things across. So, first one is just like a definition that's going to be important for the rest of what we do. I better pull this up so I get the definition. All right, so we've got a bunch of groups. So G1, G2 through G sub n, and we're going to define the external direct product. This is a way to build new groups from existing groups. So the external direct product of G1 plus, we use this symbol here, this little plus with a circle around it, G2. It's kind of like it's basically like a Cartesian product. Does that make sense when I say that? Where you have like R cross R, so it's just all ordered pairs like that. So it's very much like that. In algebra, this is actually an internal direct product. So when we have groups that aren't related to each other necessarily, we use this symbol, but it's the same thing. It's just n tuples of group elements. So we've got this plus G sub n is equal to all ordered n tuples, which is just a fun word to say. So I like saying it when I get the chance, and G sub I is in group I. And we define the operation is just component-wise. So the new op is just component-wise operations. And that allows you to have all sorts of different operations. G1 might be additive, G2 might be multiplicative, and 1 might be composition. It doesn't matter because they stick to themselves essentially. So for example, if I had G1, G2, G sub n, and I'm going to interact that with G1 prime, G2 prime, G sub n prime, then it's just like this. G1, G1 prime, G2, G2 prime. And then the groups kind of just stick to themselves, so there's no issues. And then like all the group properties follow because each one's happening in just one of these slots. So you've got inverses, associativity, closure, everything's real hunky-dory, which is a funny word. Yeah. So let's take a look at a nice example. This is kind of a cool example as well. So let's take Z2, so integers mod 2, product with integers mod 3. And what that's going to be is all the n tuples. So remember, Z2 is just 0 and 1. This is 0, 1, 2. And the operation is addition mod 2 here, addition mod 3 here. So my elements are going to be 0 or 1 in the first slot and 0, 1 or 2 in the second slot. So we're going to have 6 elements. And something actually really neat and surprising shows up here, and I think I'm just the last one. So far, is this all making sense? Just take a minute to just let that register. Make sure you're with me. Yeah, sound good? Cool. So, what is the cyclic subgroup of this generated by 1, 1. So this is kind of neat. So first off, we're going to have 0 times 1, 1, and that's just 0, 0. And then we have, so since this is additive, I can just, it's times here, right? So the operation is k times one of these numbers. I'm just adding multiples of this to itself. So none of them together gets this, one of them together, then two of them together would be 2, 2. So 2, 1, 1 would be 2, 2, but since we're mod 2 in this first group, that's 0. Is that making sense here? If I take 2 times this, I get 2, 2, but mod 2 in that first slot gives me a 0. Yeah, yeah. So then, can you, and so do me a favor and find the other 3 elements, because there's 3 more. Just to make sure here. Good about this. Next one, 1, 1. 3 times that. It's 3 in the first slot, 3 in the second slot. Oh, sorry, 1, 0. Yeah, that sounds
Yes,
better,
I
doesn't
agree.
it? Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yep, yeah. 1, 0, and then 4 in the first slot is going to give me a 0. 4 in the second slot's a 1. So 0, 1.
Yep.
And then our last one was, what is the last one? 1, 2. Sound good?
Yep.
Notice anything about the cyclic subgroup generated by the element 1, 1?
Generator.
It's a generator of the whole group. So this group that we just created out of these two is actually cyclic. And it's generated by this element, which has order 6. So it's isomorphic to Z6.
Wow, it's coming all full circles.
It is, right? Like all this stuff that we've been talking about. You could set up an isomorphism, and the isomorphism would probably be, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess that's probably your perfect isomorphism. Let's just check. 3 plus 4 would be 7. That would be 1, 1. Would be 7 in this group, which is 1. So I think it's all, the addition table's working out really nicely. So that's kind of cool. I like that. That's a pretty example. And that's all I wanted to say about those. We're going to come back to them in a little bit when we work some stuff together. Next thing I actually wanted to talk about was, well, let's actually review. What does it mean to say this? I have a subgroup of G. G is a group. What does this mean again? I love playing this game.
It's the normal.
Yeah, it's the normal thing. How do we properly say, read this? Like, what's the sentence? Here, I'll help. H is normal in G. Do we remember what that means? So there's the deeper level.
The left coset equals the right coset.
Yes, so what that means is that for all elements of G, the left coset of H corresponding to A is equal to the right coset of H corresponding to A. Does that mean that AH equals HA for all H in H? Is that true? No, it does not, right? It's just that this collection, this is a set, and this has the same stuff in it, not necessarily in a one-to-one. Well, there is a one-to-one correspondence, but not AH is HA. Cool, so we got that. So once we have a normal subgroup, H, we're gonna start with that, we can create a thing called a factor group. So we're gonna define, let's see here, so if H is normal in G, let H mod G, G mod H, whoops, G mod H, and it looks like divided by, and that's actually kind of what it is in a way. So let me just see this. So this would be G mod H, that's how I'd read that, right there, is equal to the set of all left cosets of H in G. That's it. Just take a second, let's see what I want to say next about that. Yeah, and the operation, so maybe we'll improve this. We could, but I feel like there's more important things we could spend our time on. So G mod H is a group itself. So we take this group, a subgroup of it, somehow divide out the subgroup, and we get a new group under the operation. So the things in this group are cosets. So that becomes a really weird meta thing. And the operation is going to be take one coset times another coset, and we're going to define that product to just be the product of the representatives and that coset corresponding to that product. In other words, this thing that I just wrote here. Much less cumbersome than the way I said it. So we're getting deep. This is pretty heavy, and we're gonna start off with a really chill example to understand what's happening here. And you're gonna like this example, I think. It's really pretty and completely accessible with one of our favorite friends making a guest star appearance at the end. So let's say G is the integers, and let's say H is oh, that's too much. Let's just do 3Z. And what I mean by 3Z is all multiples of 3, all integral multiples of 3. Yeah, this is the outclad. We don't need to get too big to see what is happening here. So now we want to consider G mod H. And that means all the cosets. So let's look at the cosets and try to figure out how many different ones there are. Can you just take a minute on this, please? What are the cosets of 3Z in G? And remember, it's all addition, so your cosets are gonna look like this. A plus H, right? Are you thinking you got them, Kyle? You're thinking, you're processing.
Yeah, I think I have them.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think.
Cool, I'll start working through them. The way I would do this is just start attacking with just working through the list. Being super lazy about it.
Yeah.
In some ways it's easier, right? At least I can understand this a little bit better than if I wrote -2 for -5, 7. 2 plus H is going to be 2 plus -3. I might actually regret that I did this and have to come back to 2 plus or minus. This I still might have to do some computation. I don't think I need to yet. What's that? So these are all distinct so far. I don't think there's any elements in common. There's no positive 2 in this, there's no positive 1 in this, and there's certainly no multiples of 3 in either of these, so good to go. But then the minute when I hit this, I'm back to this.
Right.
Does that make sense? Okay, we're cool with that. So we're back to that. And then what would like -1 plus h look like? It's
2 plus h.
it's this one here. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because when you add it to the 3, you get the 2. So that's just h. And then -2 plus h is going to be,
Well, the top one's 2 plus h, and that one's 1 plus h now.
1 plus h. That makes sense.
Right, and that minus 1 plus h is equal to 2 plus h.
2 plus h. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. So good. Trinity, you cool on this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we only have 3 cosets. Just these.
This looks oddly similar to the homework problem.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's intentional. So yeah, we have these cosets here. Now let's look at the group operations and look at the Cayley table. So the claim is, and the fact is, this is a group when we use the operations as we defined before. So in other words, what I mean is that if I have AH plus BH, that's going to be A plus BH. So I just add the representatives and everything's cool. So here we've got 0 plus H, we'll just put that in, it's going to be goofy, but 0 plus H, plus H, 2 plus H. What's that table going to look like?
Plus h is the identity, so.
Correct, yeah. I'll just actually write the representatives here to be super suggestive about what's going to be happening.
2,
2,
0, 1. Oh, 0.
0, yep.
And then 1, yeah.
Look familiar? What group of order 3 do we know? We only know 1. What was the 2?
C2?
C2 has 2 elements. Let's bump it
Oh,
up.
0 and 1, 0 and 3, yeah, C3.
C3. So if we look at Z3, it literally is the same group. This group is isomorphic to Z3. So we just built Z3 with these quotient groups. So our Z mod 3Z is isomorphic to Z mod 3. So notice this is a whole very complicated thing. This is a much simpler thing. And it sounded a lot the same when I said it, but here I'm saying Z mod 3Z, speaking of quotients, quotient groups, here I'm just talking about modular arithmetic. But that's what modular arithmetic is at a very high level. And in fact, we can prove, and you could probably believe this easily now, that Z mod NZ, what do you think that's isomorphic to?
Yeah.
Z mod N, exactly. So it's really cool to see all these structures, just like you were saying, come full circle.
Yeah.
Again.
Just, math is great.
It is. It's such a great payoff, right? It's like, it's not an easy road to get here.
Wow, this class has spun me around more than a couple times.
Yay. Good. That's good math. That's good math. Good math is like mind altering. So. Oh God. Okay, I'm not gonna get distracted. Get distracted. Get distracted. No. Okay, we'll just cut. Then after maybe let's do one thing, and then I'll be distracted. Okay. In a cool way.
I accept your offer.
Alright, yeah, a little bartering going on here, little negotiation. So, I wanted to do problem 28, I think, together.
Chapter.
Oh God, is it 28 I wanna do? Yeah, cause I'm just curious. Like, I don't know the answer. I just thought, well, let's do this together. So,
In chapter.
Chapter 9, sorry. Yeah, chapter 9, number 28. We're probably gonna need the full board for this. You're gonna need paper galore.
Galore, paper galore. I don't have paper galore left in this notebook, but.
Damn it, well, I got some paper if you need it.
No, I'm.
You're okay, you're gonna make it. We
Yeah,
only have 3 more.
I write really small and I've got like 5 pages left, so we're good.
Yeah, got it. So we started, this kind of is combining both the ideas that we talked about today. So we've got this group Z4 product with Z4. So that's all these 2 tuples, ordered pairs of elements from there. And then we're gonna take the subgroup out of that is 0, 2, 2, 0. I'm getting a little crazy. So 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 2, and 2, 2. And you can check that under mod 4, I think you can do a real quick check that that's a subgroup. It's definitely closed. Everybody has an inverse. Everybody is their own inverse, in fact. Do you see that? Yeah, check that out. So everybody's their own inverse in here. Cool. So we are interested in understanding Z4 cross Z4 mod this H. And that just sounds so freaking fun. As you yawn. Oh.
You get up earlier.
Maybe you'll or develop some sort of debilitating caffeine habit. No,
Don't do that.
good. That's a good
Don't
move.
do that.
That's smart.
Avoid caffeine addiction. The problem is I like coffee, so I wanna drink it, but then I'm like,
Oh, it
I
tastes
can't-
so good.
I can't drink it all the time.
Really? Yeah.
Ethiopia.
Oh yeah, tea.
It has to be fruit tea.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Otherwise tea is just not.
This doesn't smell really good. This is one of my favorite teas. It's genmaicha. It's a green tea with roasted rice in it. Oh man, I'll bring some for everybody. Bring bags for you. Take them. Dude, I still have to make a freaking pie, so I guess
Oh, that's right.
that I didn't forget. I just haven't done it.
Kyle forgot.
Oh shit! I could have probably got it. I said I would.
I think you can get away from me. I think Sydney would.
She would have remembered, so.
I wouldn't remember. I think
Well, I brought the pie today. Sydney, no. Oh, it would be evil. It's waiting in the hall for us. So look at the rest of the problem. It's like, is Gmod H isomorphic to Z4 or Z2 cross Z2? Oh, I didn't even realize the K1. Oh, that's exciting. Oh man, let's do the first one. Let's do the first one. So, yeah, just to get an understanding. So first off, let's figure out the cosets here. How many cosets, and get a representative for each one. It's not too bad, right? You just gotta, there's only 16 elements in Z4 cross Z4. No, but you'll start to see a pattern emerge. And I'll be working this with you because I am truly excited. This is a good day when we got to do this together. I mean, some things are gonna, you're gonna see them pop out really easily. Sydney, Diana, work this problem along with us. Don't skip ahead. Not a well-organized attack is what I'm doing. Not organizing myself well. And so, one thing you could realize just to make life a little bit easier is when you move from one coset to the next, if you're organizing it, you can just use the previous result, and like for this one here, I can just add 1 to the second component. So, if that makes any sense.
This is one.
Yeah. Gosh. Oh, dude. 3. That's silly stuff, man. Action is this guy What's that?
Someone's organized this now.
Yeah, that's what I'm labeling the distinct cosets with just a single letter when I go through, just so that when I see them again, I can just call it. Because we're gonna look at a Cayley table eventually. So I think that's just any. Like when you add 2 to any component, you just get back the thing you added 2 to, I believe, right? Yeah. that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds like it's right.
It does, it does. All right, Kaylee table time.
Well, let's see, we'll give you some, yes. Do I have room on this side? Yeah.
Okay. What is A plus A? 0, 2. It's E. Oh, okay. And just realize when you add these, you can just add the representatives and then look, do the modular stuff. So like this plus itself is 4, 6, but then mod 4 is 0, 2. So it's the same as the 0, 2 rep. Which is E. And then once you get the Kaylee table, what group do you think we have? Order 4. That might be a little trickier. We only have 2 groups of order 4. One we know really well. One we need to think about what happened today with the direct product stuff.
Z4.
It is correct. Yeah. Why do you say that? That's a perfect observation.
Because Z4 things aren't their own inverses, whereas in those things are.
Beautiful. Yeah. Only one thing, I guess, in Z4 is its own inverse, right? The 2.
Yeah, 2, yeah.
But yeah. But definitely everything here is order 2. So let's see what's BA. That's my, so 1, 1. That's 1, 3. Let's see. And good thing, this is totally abelian because of the additive stuff, so that's pretty sweet. I'm gonna totally cheese out on this.
That's what I did.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, here's the bag.
I mean,
That's
it
what
makes
I did.
sense, because it is abelian, so, and it's a Kaylee table, come on, we know it's gonna be a group. Yeah. So let's see, they kind of give us some options, I think, which helps. So is it Z4? So we can probably answer this easily once we're given the choices, right? And you already said it's not Z4, Kyle, and your reasoning was, so it's not isomorphic to Z4 because Z4 is cyclic, because Z4 has an element of order 4. So it's gotta be that Z2 cross Z2. Which completely makes sense, and I think that it kind of goes like this. So the correspondence there would be E is 0, 0, A is 0, 1, B is 1, 0, and then C would be 1, 1. Right. Yeah, does that sound right? Yeah. Does that sound good, Trinity? Cool. I hope you found that as fun as I did.
I like computation stuff.
I do too.
So all the time when I get to actually compute things,
Yeah,
I'm having a good
it
time.
makes me really, it's just very meditative, and soothing. I imagine we all like computing things.
If you're a math major and you don't like computing things,
Yeah,
you
good luck.
probably shouldn't be a math major.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. There's a lot of things that are red flags for people in terms of being math majors. I see them all the time. I've had a couple math majors who didn't seem to enjoy math in any way, shape, or form. And it was always weird. They never had those moments where you're like, never excited, never, always just stressed.
I can understand the stress side, although math classes stress me out way less than other classes. Way less. Chemistry
Well,
stresses
yeah.
me out way more. RCCs stress me out more than math classes do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, RCCs are just a bunch of busy work, and it all depends on your teacher. Some teachers are like, oh, this RCC, I'm gonna make it the hardest class you ever taken. Like, they just approach it like they're like, this is gonna be so hard. Like,
That's silly.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Like,
I'm not-
last
yeah.
spring, I had a professor that graded one thing the entire semester, and then just gave you a final grade. So you're just in the dark the entire semester. You're like, I have no idea if I'm doing good.
Who was that?
I don't even remember her name, to be honest.
Okay. You really enjoyed that class, I can tell.
I put it out of mind as
Oh,
quickly as I could.
God, you had one assignment.
One thing that was, we had more assignments,
Oh.
but one thing that was graded, so you never knew like how to fix things or how to get any better. Like you were swimming in the dark. It's very
God.
frustrating.
Good God, that's horrible. Why don't we start on our homework with the rest of our time, work on it together. I'll work on it with you.
That's good to me.
Yeah, why not, right? Use this time, then we can talk if we need. I mean, we're gonna use class time to talk about this stuff anyway.
Yeah,
We always
sure
do.
will.
I think part of that, I think the math profs, I know Cybert and I are pretty chill in general. I think Cybert's pretty chill, isn't he?
I would say so. I don't think he's quite as chill as you are, but I don't think many professors are.
That might be true.
Close.
I hope you're learning stuff, that's all that
Oh,
matters.
for sure.
Okay, cool.
So when is this homework due?
Oh, shit. How about the Monday after break? Does that sound okay? So then we can use this time today and I'll answer questions on Monday and that'll be up on the recording. And does that sound okay? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I know my classes are a little different.
Not complaining at all.
Good. I try to have fun. I just want things to be fun. Because I want to have fun. I feel like if folks are having fun, they're more interested in what we're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't think I could pass one of Dr. Patnod's classes myself.
Really?
Oh my God, no way.
I think with
I'm too lazy to do that, I think.
I don't know. I mean, skills-based grading. I think you could for sure. I think skills-based grading.
Oh, I think I could, I just think I wouldn't. I think I totally could do the material. It would just be like, too much structure for me. I don't do well with lots of structure. I wilt.
So you would not do well with my daily schedule then.
Probably not. No, I don't like to have a schedule at all.
I
in
live
fact.
Groundhog's Day most of the. Get up, get a granola bar, go to the gym, go eat breakfast after I shower, go to class, do homework between classes, go to other classes, do homework, then play a little bit of Xbox, read and go to bed. Go to the next.
I don't think I can handle that. So the only thing I have regular every day is meditation. That's like the one thing that I have every day.
I wish I meditated more. I did after I took that mindfulness and meditation RCC. That was a great class. But then it just,
It's hard. It's really hard. Your brain doesn't want to sit down and do that. Your brain wants to do stuff.
my brain is horrifically active.
Yeah.
All the time. Although I am good at sleeping. I can sleep. I can fall. I don't have problems falling asleep. I think it's mostly just because I'm so worn out by the end of the day. It's just like my body's like, oh, we're going to bed, man. We're done.
Yeah, I have trouble sleeping, so. last night I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I was thinking about mortality. It's always like mortality. Why does your brain always go to the dark places in the wee hours?
I'm like, I'm just trying to sleep.
I
And
know.
my brains are just going crazy. I'm like, can you stop? I
Yeah.
really just want to rest.
Wake up and the brain's like, you're gonna die. You got 25 years left tops. They're gonna go fast.
My brain is not good.
That's good. Well, yeah. You're on the flip side. You've got more time than I have left. Hopefully. I hope you do. I hope you have
Yeah, I've
a
probably
long,
got
rich life.
about 40 years before the Alzheimer's hits there. But
Is that in your family?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
I'll get cancer, so.
Oh, cool. We all got good stuff to look forward to.
See, I just avoid thinking about it.
Well, it's better
I'm
to-
happy.
yeah.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy with the opportunities I've been given. So.
No amount of anxiety has ever done anything for anyone. Nothing good, anyway. It's done lots of bad. Plenty of bad. What were the two problems in chapter 8?
8 and 12.
8 and 12. Okay. Thank you.
I mean, anxiety spawns on thinking about the future or the past.
Absolutely.
And so the more you can get yourself to live here and now, it's really difficult, super difficult. I used to be a super future-oriented person, and then I was like,
No point in that.
and then I graduated high school and came to college and said, man, I wish I was in high school and would have appreciated where I was and how easy life was in high school when I was in high school.
Yeah. I didn't really enjoy high school. I was
I hated it
a
until my
little
senior year.
harassed. I was sure. You hated it till what?
Until my senior year.
Oh.
It was awful.
Yeah, I didn't have a good time. I was too big a jackass. I had lots of reasons to not enjoy it.
I just overworked myself.
Oh, I didn't have that problem.
See, my junior year. Junior year was miserable. I took 6 AP classes in a year. Well, don't do that.
You know, I think my maths was like 4.
Yeah.
Well,
I took 3 senior year. I was like, yeah, this is good.
I just did honors math. I didn't do honors other stuff. We didn't have AP really when I was in college, high school.
I did everything AP possible,
Oh God.
except for maths. I wanted to take AP art history, but it was the same time as aerospace engineering, so I took aerospace instead.
What a cool course for high school.
It was so
Oh my
fun.
God.
We learned how to fly planes.
Whoa, did you use simulators?
Mhm.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And we designed, like wings for planes and stuff too, to check your
That's
license.
the airfoil.
Yeah, it was actually really cool.
That's
And then
really cool.
haven't been able to do anything like that in college.
No.
Not here.
No, it's okay.
You do your
That's why I'm
masters.
going to
Your masters.
masters.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can go back to learning that stuff.
Yeah.
My dad was that. My dad's a aerospace engineer.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Well, he started as an aerospace engineer. Now he's just an engineering manager. So he tells other engineers how to engineer. He's a genius.
This first problem's interesting. Well, probably, I mean, studying Z27 first and understanding the orders of things. If we're gonna say it's not isomorphic, we just have to find different order counts for different elements. And then if it is isomorphic, there then becomes coming up with the isomorphism. This is cool. This is like math club. It's a good morning.
Never been to a math club.
You should come. No, but hardly anybody comes to math club. But math club is fun.
I maybe could in the fall. I just don't have time. Taking 17, 18 credits and playing a sport doesn't lend to you.
Yeah, you don't have much free time. I hate that it's at like 4 in the afternoon to 4 to 5. I'm just like, I'm done.
Oh yeah, my brain's shutting down by 4
Yeah, I want to be home too. Doing whatever. I just want to be home all the time. So. Yeah, maybe starting with understanding Z27 is not a bad idea. I feel like it's not cyclic. What? Oh, I guess Z27 is cyclic. Yeah, yeah. So I guess is Z3 cross Z9 cyclic? Because if that's not the case, I don't know. So that might be a good place to start looking. What are you struggling to find? A generator?
Yeah, a generator.
Yeah, 1-2 didn't work. I was just about to check it. 1-1 definitely doesn't.
I'm gonna try 2-1 next. But can't do any of the ones that was 0 on me because it wouldn't move.
I mean, the elements definitely have to be not multiples of 3 on the second component, right? Because otherwise you definitely can't generate Z9 that way, so it's got to be 2, 4, 1, 2, 4.
Things never change. They're always good.
I'm starting to feel no. Which would be great, actually. Except like showing that's definitely the case would be maybe a subtler argument.
Five doesn't work, 7 doesn't work. 1 doesn't work, 2 doesn't work, 1 doesn't work, 1 3 won't work.
Good Lord, there's only 27 of them to check.
Yeah, but the zeros wouldn't have, like, anything that has a 0 in it won't work,
For sure.
because those don't move.
That's true. That's a good point, yeah. So that's a lot of them, actually, right?
Yeah, that's
How many- what is that?
10, 11 of them, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's cool. It's kind of a general argument. So like, we know 1 doesn't work. So that means, that doesn't mean the 2 wouldn't work, does it? This 2 goes. Have you checked 2? It feels like it's not going to, but I don't know that for a fact. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder 2. Yeah, it's starting. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
So I did something wrong, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work.
What should I do? 2, 4, 0, 6.
What am I doing here? 8, 2. That first component goes 0, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1. Is that what you're getting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second component is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 0.
Well, wait. Oh, that's. Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
zeros match up.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. What was that second? So you got on the second component, you got 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 7. Did you get? Did I do something wrong there?
You got 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,
1, 3, okay, yeah, that's my pro. Yeah, I'm thinking, no.
Everything I've tried doesn't work.
Yeah, it's got backs 1, 2, 3. I'm just getting cyclic subgroups of order 9.
Yeah. Yeah, everything feels like it's working.
Yeah. Well, attrition is a method, so. It's one way.
It's a pretty brutal method.
It's a brutal method, yeah.
I'm
It's
trying 27 different elements.
not super, well, we don't have to though, right? We could take out the
16 different elements.
16 different elements. That's all. Sydney, we think, Diana. Diana, do you watch these things? I hope so. We think that number 8 is no. That's where we're getting to. Because there's no element of order 27. I'm coming to turn this off here, friends. So that's why I'm summarizing what's happening.